Yes, guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Touchlinefacts. First and foremost, make sure you hit like buttons, make sure you hit subscribe buttons. And today we have got an update from which was released about 14 hours ago, I believe, on Twitter. I'm not sure when it was actually, when it was actually said, but however, there's a video going around regarding Ben Jacobs and the latest update on Bryan and Mbeumo. We got that as the latest transfer news. Obviously, yesterday we know about the Gyökeres news and people were up in arms about it. So I wanted to release a bit of positivity in the fan base because everyone, Man United fans are just, they just love jumping on negative news at sometimes. So yeah, we'll get into that. Before we do that, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, turn on post notifications, memberships if you want to join that and get the badges and all that stuff. I'm going to update my badges because I don't really like the current ones we've got, etc., and all that good jazz. So yeah, let me know what you lot think in the comments. And let's get straight into this. So starting off, we'll get the screen share on. We have it here. It's around about here. We'll start from about here, yeah? We'll start maybe another 10 seconds before. Here we go.
To jumping above that number and hitting 70 million. It's a big increase from 55.
By the way, make sure you subscribe. I don't know. Last Word on Spurs, I think is the channel. Yeah, Last Word on Spurs. Make sure you subscribe to him or them.
Million to 70 million. And I'm told at this stage that there has been no formal bid from Tottenham for Bryan and Mbeumo. Have there been conversations verbally? Yes. Are they interested?
Remember he said that, yeah? Remember he said that.
Absolutely. Are there other options? Of course. Semenya, Dibbling, to name but two.
So the Spurs have got other options as well lining up.
Bryan and Mbeumo told all suitors, including Spurs, his preference was Manchester United. Players don't always
hear that, chat. Hear that, everyone. Hear that.
Get their preference, and by
let me play it again for the cheap seats in the back. The ones that a bit deaf. They sat on the special bus at school. Let me play it. Let me play that twice. Let's play it again.
Did absolutely. Are there other options? Of course. Semenya, Dibbling, to name but two. Bryan and Mbeumo told all suitors, including Spurs, his preference was Manchester United.
Bryan and Mbeumo told all suitors, which is other clubs interested in, including Tottenham Hotspur, that his preference of a club to when he leaves Brentford or to join is Manchester United. Yeah? When you're big, you are big. When you're massive, you are massive. Now, we can stop all these rumours, all these things circulating. Oh, you're not even going to get Mbeumo. And Mbeumo's turned you down for Spurs. No. Oh, Thomas Frank's coming in and he's going to get Mbeumo. He's going to steal him off Man United. Well, you heard it here from Ben Jacobs' mouth himself. Let's play another 10 seconds or so.
Players don't always get their preference. And by the way, much like you applying for jobs, you could have 3 job offers.
Yeah, good point.
You would be forced to rank them, but that doesn't mean that you don't think all 3 job offers are brilliant.
Yeah, players don't always get their preference, which is true. Players don't always get their preference. We know there's been times where Man United have been a second or third option, particularly with Gyökeres, which is why it also leads into a good little thing for Gyökeres, because if players don't get their preference, maybe Gyökeres won't get his, which is what I'm saying. Manchester United are very much still in the Gyökeres race. We're very much still the favourites and leading the Bryan and Mbeumo race, which Ben Jacobs has clearly said here. Yes, players don't always get their preference, but keep that same logic for Bryan and Mbeumo, and you keep it for the same logic for Gyökeres. Keep it for the same logic for both, please. Gyökeres' preference is Arsenal. Bryan and Mbeumo's preference is Man United. They both might not get their preference. And if they both might not get their preference, Man United might get Gyökeres, but won't get Mbeumo. Yeah, it's perfect common sense from Ben Jacobs. You know what I'm saying? If Man United, obviously Brentford apparently want like 60 million plus 10 million add-ons or whatever it is. They want the similar money that we paid for. They want similar money that what we paid for Matheus Cunha. Yeah. If Man United just say, we're not going to pay that, we're going to walk away, unless you want to accept our low bid, and Brentford say, oh, cool, we're not accepting your low bid. We're gonna go accept Spurs' bid because Spurs is paid 70 million. Maybe then Bryan and Mbeumo has to join Spurs. Or unless he sits there and says to Brentford, look, I'm not going to Spurs. Like, I only want Manchester United. Like, you can only get me to join Manchester United. I don't want to join Tottenham Hotspur. then they would end up having to obviously accept Man United's bid or have to keep him. And he's only got 1 year plus another year option to extend on his deal. So next year he'll be half the price, wouldn't he? Because, you know, he would have 1 year left in his deal next year. So yeah, that breaks down all that stops all circulation of news, all circulation of oh, you're going to get rejected. Oh, he wants to join Spurs. Thomas Franks convinced him. All that waffle. It's a load of waffle, a load of PR waffle. It's a load of Daily Mail and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just people that want clicks of Manchester United, people that want to banter Manchester United, but don't actually want to think logically. All the big journalists are saying Bryan Mbeumo's preference is Manchester United. We know his preference is Manchester United. He already turned down Spurs, like I've been saying. It's Sunday, 15th of June, 2025. I don't know if this deal will get done today, but I do think the window opens again tomorrow. I do think this deal gets done. I know I've been saying it's been getting done for a while, but I do genuinely believe this deal will be done. I don't see this deal not getting done unless Man United walk away and say we don't want to pay that money, which I don't think we'll do. I do think, especially if we don't get Gyökeres in, I do think we'll end up just saying, cool, we'll just pay that extra bit of money for Bryan Mbeumo because we need another attacker. We desperately need at least three, in my opinion. We need at least 3 attackers, but we desperately need another one. Just at least one more. Just at least have 2 in for the summer. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let me know what you lot think in the comments. Let me know what you lot are saying. Do you think Bryan Mbeumo will join Manchester United? Manchester United fans, I know a lot of Man United fans are panicking with this signing. Do they think it's going to happen or not? I don't know. A lot of people are panicking about it, and it's still in my head, and I can't lie, it's still in my head. And we need to be a bit patient. Yeah, Man City got their business done early. Yeah, Liverpool got their business done early. We have to remember they're completely different football clubs in completely different financial situations with completely different people running them in a scenario where they could probably sign almost any player on the planet that's available, stuff like that. So at the end of the day, yeah, that's why it's a bit different, isn't it? Let me know what you lot think. Hit the sub button, hit the like button. I'm out, people. Peace.